The journey of building that business from 2 trucks, I think you said.
Yep.
You started with, to where did it end up? You exited at some stage.
We took the money and ran.
Smart, because lots of people don't.
When someone comes along and offers you double what it's worth,
Yep.
It's pretty hard, especially when you started from scratch.
Yep.
And it was your first big venture. And, so Suburban Waste lasted from 2002 to 2006. It was only 4 years.
Yep.
We then had to spend a couple of years out of the industry, locked away. And then we started in 2008 a company called Superior Waste. Superior Waste was a little bit easier because we had a few dollars behind us.
Yep.
So it wasn't running it on the smell of an oily rag.
Yeah. Sorry, just to jump back, the sale for the 4 years of Suburban Waste.
Yeah.
You said it was someone came and offered you double what it was worth.
Yeah.
Is that life-changing amount of money, or is it just kind of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. It's back then I didn't have internet banking, so when the money went into the bank and we rang up on the phone, and the amount's there, it's pretty. It's.
How does that feel? Because, I mean, there's so many people out there, particularly starting their own businesses, going, I assume at some point that's the dream, is to have the check that comes in and you go, wow, we made it.
Yeah.
What's it feel like as a person who's put their blood, sweat and tears and their house into this?
It's a feeling that you've accomplished something.
Yeah.
Financially it's great. What it does is it allows you to, in my mind, help my kids. And
was that a driving factor prior?
Not going into it,
yeah.
But when you do have a little bit of success, you go, okay, well, how do we help the next generation? Because it isn't easy out there. I'd hate to be starting from scratch, as so many kids do nowadays, in this environment. But for me, it was allowing us to do some things for the family. On a personal note, my grandmother at the time was living on that farm by herself, and she'd lived there for like almost 14 years after my grandfather passed away. She was on 1,160 acres by herself. And my goal was to buy her a unit in town, because she would never let the Rellies or anyone else, because she didn't want to impose herself on them. That was my goal. It allowed me to do something for my grandmother, who I owe so much to, and to put her into a unit in town. And she enjoyed herself there, because she got to walk down the street. She got to communicate with people. She wasn't living on this farm by herself, waiting for someone to drive in the driveway. Isolated. It was great. Yeah, and it was a really good feeling. But to be able to look after your family moving forward was a special feeling. It was good.
And then you go back into the industry.
Yes, they were silly enough to let us back in. Which is another.
What makes you make the decision? It's kind of like, we've done it once. We kind of know what is required.
Yeah.
There's unfinished business, or we can make something even more of this. Or were you bored?
I suppose I couldn't stop. I was 36 at the time. So unfinished business is a good thing. I mean, why didn't you stop after one premiership? Why didn't you stop after two? There's opportunities.